my goodness, it's freaking roasting. Oh, and it's Wednesday the 17th of June, so I suppose it probably should be. Today's workout is big yin, and we are going to do a little chipper. So a chipper means that you start at the beginning and you just work your way through and you finish at the bottom of the list. You don't repeat anything, okay? So we kick off with the start clock. There's an optional 25-minute time cap if you're either pushed for time or don't want to get bogged down in the workout. So start off with 100 step-ups. Pick your height. If you want to use weights, use weights. 100 step-ups, 90 mountain climbers. With the step-ups, with the mountain climbers, each time you do the movement is 1 rep. So if you step up with your left foot, that's 1. Step up with your right foot, that's 2. Same with the mountain climbers. Left foot comes forward, that's 1. Right foot comes forward, that's 2. Same with the Russian twists, which is next. 80 Russian twists. 1, 2, 3, 4. 70 single arm power cleans. You're getting the idea now. So single arm power cleans. 1, other arm, 2. 60 ab mat sit-ups. If you don't have an ab mat, you can certainly do the sit-ups without an ab mat. You can sub in any other sit-up type movement that you like, V-tuck for example. For the total beginners, I've suggested some side bends in there. 50 air squats, 40 shoulder to overhead, 30 high pulls, 20 jump overs, or for the total beginners, just your little jump forward, and then 10 step ups to finish. So starting and finishing with step ups, make them as easy or as difficult as you wish. So I don't have anything to step up onto here to show you, but you get the idea. You have a step and you step up onto it and stand up. If you want to use weights, do. If you don't, don't. If you want to use weights, you can hold them any way you like, here, on your shoulder, by your side, up to you. So, don't you love shorts with pockets, right? Why do they even make them without pockets? So, that's for the step-ups. For the mountain climbers, if you're a total beginner, then putting your hand up onto a raised surface, elevate your hands, make it a bit easier on yourself, okay? And then it'd just be, okay, for your mountain climbers, if you're not a total beginner and you're quite happy getting down onto the floor, then hands down, 1, 2, 3, and so on. For the Russian twists, where is everything? I don't know what I've done with stuff today. For the Russian twists, I am, however, starting to get bitten by midges. The itchy one there. Let's just use a water bottle, okay? So you can use your weights, you can use a plate, you can use, I was going to say use your goldfish, don't use your goldfish. Put it in the water bottle, put your fish in the bottle. It's all gone wrong. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Legs straight, it's most difficult. Legs with a little bend in it. Apparently everything's difficult today. Legs with a little bend in it's going to make it a bit easier. Heels resting on the ground makes it a bit easier still, but make sure you still have a little lean back. And then if you're still at the beginner stage, then sit up onto something and do your Russian twists up there. Single arm power clean. Let's just carry on with the water bottle. Single arm power clean. You've got weight in one hand. It's going to touch the ground between your toes. Drive up with your legs. The weight's going to come round and land on your shoulder in a little dip before you stand. Okay, so it's going to touch the ground between your toes, come up. That little catch, that little dip as the weight lands on your shoulder really comes into play when the weights get heavier. Okay, if you're a total beginner, don't get too bogged down in that movement pattern. The weight has to come from the floor to your shoulder. That'd be a muscle clean, okay? That's fine, that's fine. And just switch hands as often as you like. Again, go as heavy as you like there. For the ab mat sit-ups, if you have an ab mat, go ahead and use it. So it'll sit right in next to your butt. Just a wee heads up, if you've got an ab mat, it's the fatter end, it's usually got a thicker end and a thinner end, and usually the right end looks like it's the wrong way round for that. It's the thicker end that goes next to your bum. Okay, so it sits right in next to your butt. Put the soles of your feet together. You're going to go all the way back, touch the ground above your head, come all the way up and touch the ground in front of your feet. If you don't have an ab mat, then you could roll up a towel and put that in place of the ab mat. That works fairly well. Or you could do them without the ab mat. Without the ab mat, they are a bit slower, a wee bit more tricky. You can also do like feet hooked under something sit-ups. Okay, good old fashioned sit-ups, or a V-tuck. Okay. For the that midge bite's driving me nuts now. For the beginners, if you've got 2 weights, then you can hold one in each hand for the side bends and it go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've only got 1 weight, then you're going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Air squats, because you know you probably didn't squat enough yesterday. Me too. That's it. If you're a total beginner, you might want to squat to a chair. Have something underneath you to support you. Shoulder to overhead, again you can use 1 weight or 2. Okay, so you can go just arms, or you can use your legs. A little dip, drive straight up into the weight. Okay, you can do that if you've only got 1 weight and keep switching hands. I'm happy enough, and I always get asked this question, I'm happy enough for it to go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you've got 1 weight, you've also got the option of holding it in front of you. If you want both arms to work at the same time, you can always hold it here. Okay, and press it overhead like that. High pulls. A bottle's not quite so good for high pulls. What I would suggest, if you've got something like a bottle for the high pulls, that you hold it like this rather than trying to hold it like this, which is super awkward. Hold it like this, but don't worry about it touching the ground. So your feet are going to be shoulder width or just a tiny little bit wider than shoulder width. Push your bum back, keep your knees out, and come down to just roughly where, like if you had a pair of stance socks on, otherwise known as ankle socks, if you had stance socks on, just roughly where they would come to, and you're pulling up to just below your chin. So arms are straight, drive up with your legs, follow with your arms, drop your arms back down to being straight again before returning to the ground. And then jump overs, you can jump over anything. So you could, I'm looking around, my brain just froze on like the simplest thing. You literally can jump over anything, like anything at all, like a line on the carpet you can jump over. Doesn't need to be a thing. If you want something taller to jump over, go and ransack your house and find something. Pile of laundry. Okay, you can either face the object to jump over, or you can go over sideways. I don't mind, and it's a 2-footed jump. Over that, that's a small thing. 2-footed jump over something. If you're a total beginner, then I suggest that you do some jump forwards, where you're just practicing jumping and landing. Okay, so 2-footed jump, pushing through your toes as you leave the ground, and a nice solid land before you take a step back to repeat it. And then finish off with step-ups. So, you don't need a water bottle to do this workout, you can use anything you like. That's it. It's very, 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 very warm. I'm going to do this workout very soon before it gets even warmer. Tatty bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Love you. Love you.